let me start sharing the screen again. So I was talking about stateless widget and the stateful widget. So we have those two main widgets. So when do we use a stateful widget and when do we use a stateless widget? So we always use a stateless widget, like when you have static things. For example, if you are going to add images which are static to your application, then use a stateless widget. And when do we use a stateful widget? For example, if I have variables in my application which keeps on changing. For example, I have a text box in my application, meaning that the information which I will enter in that text box can change. So that means that one I use a stateful widget. So you only use a stateful widget when you have information which keeps on changing. For example, when you are creating the other application, you saw the other floating action button. So that floating action button, whenever you click on that button, the information changes, meaning that you have to use a stateful widget to create that information. But all the things you have been doing, they don't change. For example, if I had a title, it doesn't change. If I had a text, it doesn't change. So there we use a stateless widget. So it's always good to use those stateless widget and stateful widgets. For example, when we are creating applications, because they make applications easier. And it takes less time to compile that application. So I want to create a stateless widget. I just write stless and the option is there. Are you seeing that option? Are you seeing the first option there, which is highlighted?
So, yes.
So you just type stless.
Joined late. Yeah?
Pardon, I'm not getting you.
Can you explain? I joined late. Can you re-explain?
I told you that we have two major widgets.
Can you re-explain?
So we have two major widgets which are going to be using throughout. We have a stateful widget and we have a stateless widget. And I told that we use a stateless widget when we have information which doesn't change. And then we use a stateful widget if our information keeps on changing. Is that one okay?
Okay.
A stateful is used
Yes, it's okay.
for information which keeps on changing. For example, the other floating action button which you saw. Whenever you click on that button, then the value changes. That one we use a stateful widget. Then if I have information which does not change, there I have to use a stateless widget. And I've told you that to use a stateless widget, you just type stless and you wait for the option. So the option is there, it is highlighted as stless. So I just press enter, it will select that first option. Just wait and you see. So this Visual Studio has many options. It's not like Android Studio. So I'm trying to also open Android Studio and then run the project from Android Studio. I think my Android Studio is now going to be okay. Because when you're using Visual Studio Code, you find challenges with some some things. For example, when you press enter, it can bring another option. So let me open the lib in Android Studio. I open the main.dat. So now it has been faster than the other time when we struggled to create a project. So I'm going to get this code. I pasted the other code which is in Visual Studio. So I'm going to select that code and I remove it. Then I copy the code from Visual Studio and I type it there. The challenge with the Visual Studio code is that the settings are different. So I can remove that code. And I paste our code there. So now we have our code. So we have to first get this test, which is there. Let us try to run. See. Select a device, Google Chrome. Try to run and see. What they are telling me. Entry point doesn't contain a main function.
Let's do like this.
Let us write the entry point for our application, which is lib stroke main.dat. Then you have to attach arguments. Here we just write flutter run. Then write flutter. That's just, I don't know what they are bringing that error. At first it wasn't there. So let us just continue with our Visual Studio. I will correct those errors after the session. So we are creating a stateless widget. So I will type stateless and you get those options. We have Flutter stateless widget. I'm going to click on that. And they are telling us to insert a stateless widget. But when you are using Android Studio, just type stateless and they bring the first option. You press enter. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that statement which is there?
Which statement? Stateless widget?
This which starts from class.
Let me see. Wait, I can't see it.
You can't see it. It's there.
Yeah, I can see it.
You can see it. Okay. So that is the stateless widget. Like when you type stateless, they bring that option. So now what we are going to do, we are going to give that class a name. I can call it home. That's the only thing, the only change you do from there. And this class tries to get a stateless widget from another file. That's why you see the word class home extends the stateless widget, meaning that within our packages which we installed, there is that package called stateless widget. So we are trying to import that package from another class which is within the material app. So we are getting that stateless widget class from another folder. That's why we are extending it, meaning that we are going to use its properties in this application. Then what we are going to do, where you see home scaffold, I think you are seeing scaffold. We are going to highlight the whole scaffold class. Stops from, let me highlight again. The scaffold starts from there and then it stops from here. So I'm going to cut it from there. Are you seeing what I've done?
Yes.
So when you come to our widget, it is returning a container. So it is returning a container. Are you saying that it is returning a container? So now I'm going to delete that container. Instead of returning the container, I want it to return the scaffold. So meaning that I'm going to paste the other code which I removed from there, and I paste it there where there was that word container. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
So I'm going to paste it there. After pasting, then I have to remove this comma, which is at the end, which is at the end of scaffold. I want to remove that comma. So I remove that comma, and it's now okay. So now what we have done, instead of returning the material app, we have created a stateless widget. And this stateless widget now contains our home. And our home was the scaffold. It had the scaffold and all the properties were defined within the scaffold widget. So now what we are going to do, you see that now our home is blank. And this class, which is here, the name of the class, we are going to write it here, home. Because this main function is going to get the home from this class, which you call the class home. Are you getting the logic behind?
First, repeat that again.
I thought that because we removed everything from the home, meaning that the home is now empty. Yet remember, in programming, we run each and every function from the main function. So meaning that even if we have created this stateless widget, which is outside the main function, but still we have to run it from the main function, meaning that we are going to call the home function within the main function, because you can't run anything in programming outside the home function. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's okay.
That's why I've called this home within the main function, such that now I can run it from the main function. So
okay.
But why should we do this in app development? The reason why we do this, for example, if I want to design an application with 10 pages, meaning that if those pages are going to be under stateless widget, I'm going to create like 10 stateless widgets. Maybe the first one is the home page. Maybe the next one is the content page. Maybe I have a third one. I have a fourth one for settings. I have another one for login page. I have the sign up page. So meaning that I will define all those pages. I can define them within the same code. Then what I do, I just call them within the main function. Are you getting that?
Yeah, now I'm getting you.
Yeah, meaning that if I had another one, I can come here and I call another. I can call another one from here. So even if I have 10 pages, I can call all the pages within the main function. Meaning that
okay.
every flat application will be having only one main function. You can't find an application, because what you always do when you want a login page, you always design another. You create another that file for the login page. When you want to sign in, you create another one. But all those ones will be sharing one main function, meaning that you'll be calling all the pages from the main function. So now our application is okay. There is no error. We can run this application. Let us try to run and see, start debugging. And whenever you are whenever you have created any change within the application and you have used the stateless widget or a stateful widget, it will always be faster than the other time when you had just the scaffold. So because when you look at this widget, it has the build method here. We have widget, then we have build, and in bracket we have build content. So this build is used to build all the widgets. So it has to make sure it builds the widgets within the smallest time possible. And after building the widgets, then it gives you the outcome. So it's always better you always have either stateless widget or a stateful widget within your application, because the application will be faster. Even someone running the application on a phone, the application will be faster. So I'm trying to wait and see what we have built so far, and you see whether our application is working smoothly. Because we want to add other components within the application. So for the first time we run the application, so it's slow. So it's also taking longer to run.
Okay, as we wait, I'm asking about something small. Those commas and a semicolon, that's where my problem was when I was writing the code. That's why it was underlined with the red.
Okay,
I think I was
the commas
yes?
and the commas and the semicolon. So
Yes.
we only have one comma in our application, which is at the end of the scaffold. Because remember, we are returning a scaffold. Whenever you are returning something there, then you have to put the comma.
A semicolon.
Yeah. Then that's where you put a semicolon, not a comma.
Yes.
Then these commas, they're used to show that you are going to put another property. For example, if I remove a comma from onPressed, it will show you an error. Whenever you are putting different properties within the same widget, or you want to add another widget within the widget, then you have to put the comma to separate the other widget from the other. For example, when you look at our scaffold, we have the up bar, and then the up bar ends from here. I think you are seeing where the up bar ends from.
Yeah, I can see.
Then to show that I want to add another widget, which is the body. I want to add another property, which is the body. I have to put there a comma to show that this property ends from here. Then this is the beginning of another property. Then the body ends from here where there is the center widget. Then I put there a comma, and I show that the floating action button starts from there. Because it's another property, it's not part of the other property. So even when you come to our text, our text stops from here. Welcome to Flutter. Then we had to put in another, which is another property style. And inside this style, we have the text style. We have the font size, and then we put a comma, we bring the font weight. So you can't just continue without a comma and you write everything on one line. So that comma shows that the next property is different from the current one.
Okay, I think that's where my problem was. That's where my errors were coming from.
So in most cases, we use commas. We only use semicolons when you are defining a function, like when you are importing and when you are returning something. But here, when you are separating one property from the other, you just use a comma. So is your application running very well?
Yeah, I'm still stuck on the Chrome web thing. Yeah, I haven't yet figured it out.
Now what you have to do, you have to put your phone in developer mode and then you connect via USB. The application will run direct to the phone.
Pardon, I put it in developer mode.
You put the phone in developer mode. Do you know how to do that?
Wait, no, first illustrate and see. Where I use the phone or the Android Studio itself?
No, you are going to use Android Studio, but you connect. You have to connect the phone. Like when you open your phone.
Yes.
Go to about the phone.
Okay.
And when you go to about the phone, are you seeing where there is Android version?
Yes, Android version, yes.
You click on it like 3 times and you tell me what is the response.
Okay, hold on, let me first. It's bringing some colors. Hold on.
So does it bring any word?
There are some colors in the shape of P, but nothing more from there.
There is also Kernel version. Are you seeing the word Kernel version?
Let me try that.
Like where there is Android version, there is another one called the Kernel version.
No, this one shows MIUI version. The version of the phone.
Yeah, you click on it like 3 times. So which word does it bring?
That you are now a developer.
You are now a developer. Then you go back.
Okay.
So now it is in the developer mode. So now go back in the setting and then you search for developer. When you search for developer, you will see developer options. Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
You open it.
Okay.
Where there is developer option, the first option, you switch it on.
Okay.
Then you scroll down and you look for USB debugging.
Yes, I've seen it.
You put it on.
Okay, it's on.
Then look for another option, which is install via USB.
Okay, I also put it on.
Yeah, you put it on.
Okay, now I have to first sign in. There's something I didn't sign. I have to sign in my account, phone account.
Like which account?
The account registered on this phone for the manufacturer.
I think you don't need to sign for an account.
Okay, let me skip that, but it was showing me that I first have to sign in.
Then put the USB in the computer.
Okay.
And in the phone, then you see the phone on Android Studio.
Let me try that. Yes?
Where there is devices, here you will see the phone there now. Are you seeing it there?
Where the devices?
Are you seeing the phone there? And
There was an error.
and make sure the phone is in file sharing.
File transfer, okay.
File transfer.
It's a bit slow, but let me first wait and see. My PC is having issues. It's not installing the software, the device software.
So what are they saying? Are they saying
that the device driver software
it needs device driver software?
was not.
Then you have to first install.
Yeah.
You have to first install the drivers.
Okay. For now, let me first focus on the code. I will do it later on.
Okay.
Help me with the steps.
So it seems I got also some
for Android.
It seems I got some issues on my laptop when I was running because I was using it for machine learning in the morning. So it seems the Python things which I installed created some errors within the Android Studio. So that's why my applications are taking long. And it's always not good to just run the application to just write the codes when you are not seeing what you are doing. For example, if you are going to design an application which is having around 10,000 lines of codes, and you run the application after writing like 1,000 codes, there you have many errors to resolve. So that's the challenge with that. That's why storage is better. When you do something, you run. Yes.
Semakula.
Yes, please. I'm hearing you.
I need some help. I was lost on STLS. I got lost. I was off.
On STLS.
Yeah, I'm having it here, but I don't know how to copy now. To copy part like that.
So you already got it. Then like, did you write? Did you write this name after home? Did you include the name of the class?
I'm not about home. Okay, I'll put there home.
Yes. After class, you write there home.
I have put it there after.
Then where you see return container.
I have seen it.
Just delete that word container. You leave the semicolon there. You just delete container and the brackets.
Okay, let me delete. Then after.
Then after, are you seeing where the scaffold class ends?
Yeah, I'm seeing.
So you copy that scaffold from where it ends up to the beginning. You cut actually you cut it from there.
Up the beginning, up, eh?
Up to where the word scaffold starts from.
I cut it. Eh?
Yes, you just cut it.
Okay, let me do it very fast. Yeah. I've cut.
Then you go to return. After return, you paste it there. So after return, you paste it there.
But it's showing me errors.
How many errors is it showing?
5.
So there is one error which is up where you have removed the scaffold, and there should be another error at the end of scaffold. You have to first remove that comma from there. Are you seeing at the end of scaffold there is a comma?
Yeah, it's a comma. I remove it.
You remove that comma.
Okay.
So then you come to home. So in the main function after home. And you call the home function from there.
I call it.
Yeah, you call the home function from there.
From where? Main.
In the main function after the other the home property. So you call this home function from there, and this home starts with capital H.
I think I made an error.
Is it?
Okay, I will do it. When I watch the video, it showed me many errors.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Yes, please.
Mine shows an error on that first home, class home extends. Like there's an error somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from.
But on mine, I'm not seeing any error.
Yes, there. It's showing me an error, but it's exactly, I've typed it exactly as it is.
Have you used capital H?
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
Because you have to use capital H there.
Let me first look at it closely and I see. Yes?
So are you seeing where the error is?
No, not yet. I'm still trying to look and see. Because it's exactly as you have typed it, but it has underlined the word home with the red line. I don't know where it's coming from.
So can you share your screen?
Let me personalize it and I see. Maybe I'll figure it out. No, I cannot share the screen. I've not yet connected the PC to Zoom. I'm using the phone.
Let me share mine and you see. Emakula.
Yes.
Let me share mine. Are you seeing it? Eh?
Not yet.
You're not?
Yes.
You first have to remove Semakula's screen.
Okay, let me first remove my screen.